The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour.
ChatGPT did become the world's most downloaded non-gaming app.
Literally the job of everyone in government to address the media and the public.
What are your thoughts, audience? What are your thoughts on Zandy Silva as the deputy PLP leader?
A community that can't feed itself is a community that's doomed.
What you may not know, though, is that Bermuda, we have a connection to Epstein, too.
Things that people are doing right, the youth are doing right, that is not being advertised enough.
When you see your access to U.S. dollars disappear, that's when you have a problem.
You've got a town in the UK with a similar sized population. This place absolutely outshines it.
Alrighty, it's Friday, the 24th, the day of July 2026. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. This is the Daily Hour brought to you by the BRSC Group of Companies, HSBC Bermuda, Medical House, Lindo's People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 107.5 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations. I'm Jamal Hartman. How's everyone feeling today? It is I heard someone say Friday. Yeah, Friday. But it is Friday. Friday, as it's pronounced in the English language. It's Friday. How's everyone feeling? Next week this time, you know what will be happening? Next week this time will be closer to St. George's lifting their trophy for the first time in about 14 years. Yeah, that's happening next week. I don't know if you all have plans next week, but it's going to be probably a victory parade heading east. So you can see the blue in my collar today. You can see the blue in my collar. So we'd like to have you all there. Want to represent with us. So you're all invited. You're all invited, even people who prefer to add red to the wardrobe this time of year. You're all invited to St. George's victory party next week. All right, so look, let's jump into it because it's Friday. We've got a big giveaway today. We are giving away our biggest prize as part of Christmas in July. So we want to make sure that you all are good with it. James Burgess says, good morning to the Daily Hour Team Show. I'm watching and listening again. Welcome to your guest. Have a great day. Welcome to you, James Burgess. We appreciate you rocking with us. We got Claire Warner says, good morning, Jamal. Good morning, Bermuda, and a great morning to you, Claire Warner. We've got James Burgess says, I'll be enjoying myself at home. Hey, look, sometimes that's the best place to enjoy yourself. We've got 9/11 Island Girl says, how will you face the audience on Monday after Cop Match? I won't. There will be no show that Monday. Win, lose, or draw. So that's the answer to your question. Suzanne Ingham says, good morning, Jamal. It's an awesome Sherry day. Indeed. Folks, well, I got to let you know, we've got a very special guest. So greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. Why road safety starts with you, like all of us? Well, Road Safety Officer Tsedale Wade stops by to discuss as we head into a very busy period on our roads. The daily play is going to be things you should know. Yeah, things you should know. It should be fun today. And audience, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Folks, if you've never watched Cup Match Selection Night, you don't want to miss it tomorrow, honestly. Go on bcgtv.com, sign up. We're going to be giving away some tickets to the game. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. That's Bermuda time. For those who don't know what Bermuda time, it's Atlantic Daylight Time. That is the time it is right now on your clock. That is Bermuda Atlantic. It's not standard, it's daylight time. So 8 p.m. tomorrow night, you don't want to miss it. We will have one half of the Voice of Summer, Jason Ford, former Cop Match players. Stephen Otterbridge played for Somerset, and Lionel Can played for St. George. They'll be in studio as usual, giving their analysis. We'll be going out to the fields with Foley, who's the manager of Somerset, and Sencha, giving commentary up that end. And then we'll have Justin Bell, Larry, and Roger down in St. George. We'll be also taking it out to the big picnic to see what people are, colors they're wearing for the season. So it's going to be a fun night, a lot of giveaways. So you do not want to miss tomorrow night. But for the purpose of today, here is your question. Where in Bermuda do you think traffic lights or other traffic controls are needed most? Where in Bermuda do you believe traffic lights or other forms of traffic controls are needed most? Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Bermuda's roads aren't our biggest problem. The people using them are. Yes, all roads are in poor condition. There are potholes everywhere, uneven surfaces, right? Faded road markings, and in some places, it really feels like you're riding on an off-road track than a public road. Those issues absolutely need to be addressed. But poor roads don't force people to make poor decisions. Yesterday, I was riding west when a car ahead of me stopped and indicated to turn right into Bermuda Healthcare Services. Instead of waiting a few seconds, someone on a bike decided to overtake the vehicle on the side it was going to turn. Now, not only was it dangerous, it was so unnecessary. And quite frankly, it was dumb. But that's the type of decision that impacts lives in an instant. See, we spend a lot of time blaming the roads. And to be fair, some of that criticism is justified. Better roads can make driving safer. Better road markings can reduce confusion. And better maintenance can help prevent incidents. But none of those things can replace good judgment. If we continue speeding, overtaking at dangerous locations, using our phones while driving, or taking unnecessary risk, we'll continue seeing collisions regardless of how smooth the roads become. So that said, now, I do think there's another conversation we should be having. There are places in Bermuda where people can be doing everything correctly and still find themselves in dangerous situations. Some intersections have some of the poorest visibility. Some bends create blind spots, right? Some junctions have become busier over the years and traffic patterns have changed. Rather than waiting until someone is seriously injured or killed, perhaps we should be identifying those locations now and asking whether additional traffic lights, roundabouts, mirrors, or other safety measures could help prevent further tragedies, right? Now, good planning isn't just about reacting after an incident. It's about getting ahead of one. Now, improving our roads and improving driver behavior aren't mutually exclusive, like they're not. We need both. But if I had to choose which one contributes more to incidents we continue seeing, I'd say it's the decision people make every single day. Because a good road can't compensate for bad judgment. But still, the questions are necessary. And that's our question to you this morning. Where in Bermuda do you think traffic lights or other forms of traffic control are needed most? Think about it. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
All righty, folks. This is your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Again, where in Bermuda do you think traffic lights or other traffic controls are needed most? There's so many spots where I'm just like, wow, I couldn't see coming. I'll give you an example. Coming off of Burnt House Hill onto Middle Road, I'm like, man, I'm looking, and as soon as I look back the other way, is now a car coming. And I'm just like, collision waiting to happen. Collision waiting to happen. I don't think we appreciate or understand how many blind corners and dangerous areas we have. And it's all good us saying, well, people take your time. You can take your time coming out of these places and still like 2 seconds away from an incident. So what are your thoughts, audience? And here's your poll question. Here's your poll. Which of the two do you believe is more responsible for incidents on Bermuda's roads? 1, road conditions, or 2, people? 1, road conditions, 2, people. Let's go to the audience again. Where in Bermuda do you think traffic lights or other traffic controls are needed most? We've got Suzanne Ingham says, I don't think they are needed. It's those who abuse the roads and no courtesy on the roads anymore. No, I take your point, but two things can be true. We need more traffic controls or traffic lights. But yes, we do need more courtesy on our roads. 911 Island Girl says, the junction of Napton Hill and Harrington Hundreds Road desperately needs intervention because the property owners at the junction refuse to cut their trees low for better visibility. I agree. That coming off of Napton Hill onto Harrington Sound Road, when you're going east, right there down by Devil's Hill Club, that is problematic. Now, they do have that mirror there, right? But even with that, and they've got the speed bump, so they have done some things, right? They have done some things. They have the mirror there, and they have the speed bump. But again, is that enough? Is that enough? Hadley and Stevenson, Swan said, well, I expected everyone to say this. T Street in Devonshire, 100%. Whether you're speeding or not, prayerfully, you're not speeding. Now, I've seen something almost happen there, and no person was speeding. If anything, someone just wasn't paying attention, and they weren't distracted. They just did not see a car coming up, heading towards town, and they were turning right off of T Street, heading east. They did not see the car. I was like, well, it's not a blind spot. But yeah, I've seen it. Miss Ellen Kate Horton says, I watch persons running red lights on a fairly regular basis. So Miss Horton's saying, oh, you could put the lights there, you could put roundabout there, you could put stop signs there. It's about people respecting them. And again, that's when it comes right back down to us, the people. It starts with us, right? Tanya Cheeseman also says, T Street, Middle Roadside. Yeah. I think everyone would agree with that area. I think everyone would agree that T Street is probably the number one problematic place right there. Dorian says, as much as I hate them, traffic strips like the ones down by St. Mark's Church are needed island-wide. I can't stand them. You may be right. You may be right. They do slow people down. I'll be honest. Riding the bike the other day, y'all. It was so bumpy. I was just like, I hope no one has motion sickness, because you can certainly it will impact you if you do on some of Bermuda's roads. It really will. Dr. Anthony Richardson says, the junction of Montpelier and Middle Road. Well, remember back in the day, there used to be a police officer standing at that intersection. That to me made sense, but someone said, I think on this show, that wasn't the police officer's job. They just used to do it out of courtesy. But that intersection right there, especially so how they do it in some places in the United States, right? They might have traffic lights operable for specific times of the day, right? So like maybe during the rush hours, these traffic lights are working, like say 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. traffic lights. Maybe things like that could help. I don't know, you all. I'm just throwing stuff out there. But again, the poll question is, which of the two do you believe is more responsible for incidents on Bermuda's roads? 1, for road conditions, and 2, for people. And the question of the morning is, where in Bermuda do you think traffic lights or other traffic controls are needed most? And let's go to the audience. 911 Island Girl says, at the Burnt House Hill Road, Middle Road Junction, visibility would be better if all the shrubbery to the left is cut down and cut back. It's dangerous. I haven't noticed that. I haven't noticed the trees, I'm gonna be honest. I'm on a bike, so I'm just looking side to side. And coming off the hill, that's Spice Valley Way, coming off that hill heading west, it's just things can happen so fast. And coming right is a slight little bend by Price Right where you can't see, like, if someone was coming a bit faster. So trees haven't impacted me right there on a bike. It's more so the ability that both sides you can look one way and think you're cool, and as soon as you look the other, something's coming, you know? So maybe, you know, a traffic light or two might be of a great assistance there. Let's go back to the audience. We've got Ms. Allen Kate Horton says, the top of T Street at the junction of Middle Road is a problem. One must come into the road to see both road directions. Yeah, T Street seems to be the number one answer. Again, folks, to answer the poll, you don't say road conditions or people, Philip Trutt. You don't say definitely people. It's 1 for road conditions. It's 2 for people. That's how you answer the poll question. We've got Richard Scott says, I find there's a need for more of the mirrors. Vehicles parked or blind spots make it challenging to proceed onto the main road in many areas. These mirrors should be placed higher so that they aren't moved. Let me highlight that, because this is an important fact right here. Sometimes there are vehicles parked in spaces where you can't even see. And I'm not going to put this on the police. This comes down to common courtesy of the people, like us. Common courtesy. But, you know, this is not old Bermuda. Who cares about that stuff, right? Folks, this is your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. We've got, James Burgess says, the Darrell and Seaman Oil shop. Where's that? I'm sorry, I was born in the 80s. Where's Darrell and Seaman Old Shop? Anyone, please help. Ms. Allen Kate Horton says, make the property owners cut their trees back. Can you do that? Can you, like, and I'm not being facetious, I'm genuinely asking, can the government force people to cut their trees down if they were hanging over in a road, maybe, but if they're in their own yards, they can't force them to do that, can they? Maybe someone from the Department of Planning can help answer that. We've got 911 Island Girl says, I'm speaking about the junction coming up the hill from Harrington Hundreds grocery store to Napton Hill. Deadly, numerous crashes have happened there. Okay, I know where you're talking about, and that's an area where I saw a collision in March when I was leaving Bermuda. I was on my way to the airport. It's that hill, that intersection with Napton Hill and that road that takes you down to Harrington Hundreds. I know where you're talking about right there. We've got Charles H. Jeffers II. He says, I was going to say one of our biggest problems are trees not being cut back. Also, people need to stop taking unnecessary risks, such as overtaking on blind corners or on the inside. Well, so I've been riding around with my Meta glasses on, so videoing, and I keep forgetting to turn them on. And every time someone does something crazy, I turn them on, and then thankfully no one does anything crazy after. So maybe that's the trick. Turn my glasses on and no one will do something crazy. But in saying that, when I was heading to Somerset Cricket Club the other night, I saw that someone overtake on a blind corner. And I take risk. Going into business is a risk, right? But I don't think going into business is the kind of risk that puts other people in harm's way, or even myself. Like, it doesn't work out. Hopefully you're good enough to find a job, right? I was concerned. I was concerned. And the only thing I can come down to for me was maybe the person's under the influence. Maybe the person has a serious lack of respect for themselves and others. Or maybe mentally, they're not in the best state. But I could not make sense of it. I couldn't make sense of it. Suzanne Ingham says, try going over those rumble strips with a bladder infection. Oh my God, not a great experience. I hate rumble strips. Oh, we've got to find a solution. We've got to, Suzanne. We've got Manny Rankins says, well, you got to put 2 by yourself. So you just have to press the number 2. You don't press 2 and then write something, Manny Rankins. But says, no doubt we need some better roadways and rules, but people are primarily the cause of most problems. On the roads, we need to take our time, pay attention, and obey the rules. Yeah, easier said than done. You got too many people who just don't respect themselves, the roads, or others. That's the problem, right? And Philip Trott says, and people need to stop breaking the mirrors too. Absolutely. I don't know what's with that, but I don't know. We've got Manuela says, the mirror at the junction of Napton Hill and Harrington Song Road is confusing to me, maybe because I don't drive much. Okay, fair enough. Maybe showing people how to work them. We've got Dr. Anthony Richardson says, Darrell and Seaman equals the road coming from South Road that merges with Middle Road heading near Whitney. Okay, I know what you're talking about, around that little patchy grass area there. I think it was a wine or a cigar shop right there at one point. I know what you're talking about right there. Is that Vermont Road that's coming up there? Collectors Hill. That's coming up Collectors Hill, I think. Yeah. 911 Island Girls says, I don't think anyone can make homeowners cut their trees, but one would think they cut them down for the safety of the community. But that goes back to people having common courtesy and caring about others in the community, right? We've got Dorian says, it starts with us, and everyone listening needs to play their part. Slow down, stay off your phones, and most importantly, be courteous to follow road users. Simple, just let someone out of the gate. Well, it's almost dangerous to let someone out of the gate now, right? Because you let someone out of the gate and someone else is upset, like, drive your car, woman. Well, like, it's, no, I'm courteous, right, in terms of letting people out, but at some point, you can't let everyone out. Sometimes courtesy means moving along. Sometimes it means stopping and helping. We have to make better decisions. I think that's what it comes down to, but I take your point, Dorian. Folks, let's check the poll. So, man, 100% of you believe that people are responsible for more of the incidents on our roads than the road conditions. Now, let me be clear. To the government, this is not a pass for you. This is not a pass. This is not to say that you shouldn't improve the state of our roads. But what it is a sign to the people who use them to better. All right, we'll end it with this here. Manny Rankins says, where Middle Road meets South Shore Road at the lights in Paget, does it make sense that bikes line up on the inside? Is that breaking road rule? Well, that's called what's that? Inside overtaking or something? That's called, what's it called, folks? Third laners? I hate that. I don't like it, and I'm pretty sure it's breaking a rule, but don't ask me what rule is breaking. Charles H. Jefferson II says, in some places the mirrors move when we have high winds. I don't know who's responsible for mirrors throughout the island. I was wondering if it was private or if it was public at some points, but government they have so many other things to do. Folks, we got to go. We can't keep going, but Hedley Stevenson Swan says, do you remember when there were no lights at Collectors Hill? Well, JH won't remember, as you were born in the 80s. No, I don't remember that. I don't. Scott Phillip Trott says, I disagree. Letting people out randomly disrupts the flow of traffic. I'm fine with waiting my turn. Wait till the road is clear so you can enter the main road. So you think that stopping to let people out disrupts the flow of traffic and it's not courtesy? Well, we can tell you don't live in the West End and deal with rush hour. Because I tell you, some people will be waiting forever. I don't know, Montpelier Road, the Montpelier Road I grew up coming off had the police officer there. I don't know. I get what Phil's saying, interrupting the flow of traffic, but at the same time, we need courtesy at play. We need courtesy at play on our roads. All right, folks, that's your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. People, it's on all of us. It's not the state of our roads. Stop with the excuses. Stop with the excuses, folks. We've got Road Safety Officer Tsedale Wade coming up. We have a new partnership with the Road Safety Council where we're going to be focusing on improving our behaviors on our roads. We want to stop the havoc. Just yesterday, did you see the amount of incidents that were reported on our roads yesterday? My goodness, she couldn't have come on a better day, folks. It's your daily discussion brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Let's give some thanks to them and we'll come back, do a Days of the Year, take a break, and we'll bring our very special guest on for the day. Stick with us.
The daily discussion is brought to you by Titan Express and Secure. Titan Express delivers safe, professional, and reliable transportation and tours across the island. From island tours to cultural expressions, they set their standard. And Secure is your go-to for property management, waste management, and residential and commercial services. Visit securebda.com. Professional, punctual, and reliable service is their commitment to you.
All right, folks, for your Days of the Year, it is International Self-Care Day. So I want to ask every last one of you, what do you do for self-care? What do you do for self-care? How do you take care of yourself? Like when you say, you know what, I'm having a self-care day. No. You don't, if all you do is take a bath or a shower, you don't have to share that. All you do is brush your teeth, you don't have to share that. All right? You don't have to say anything about it. But what do you do for self-care? Seriously, what do you do for self-care? Is it got a massage? Do you read a book? Do you take a vacation? Do you do nothing? Do you do nothing? What do you do for self-care? We've got 9/11 Island Girls says 3 things regularly. Get my hair done, go to a spa, travel. Okay. I can date, well, I already got no hair to get done, but I feel you. Just go to the spa. You know, man, I'm on vacation next week. My hope is to, get a spa, go to the spa, and I want to try this yoga thing. They have this morning beach yoga thing. So I'm going to try to, do some stuff differently that I've done. Some self-care. Suzanne Ingham says, rest, read, embroider, and walk. Okay. We've got Tanya Cheeseman says spa day. Okay, everybody's got a spa in them. I want to hear from the fellas. Fellas, what do you do for self-care? What do you do? Any fellas out there got facials or anything? Like, what do you do? We've got Dr. Anthony Richardson says, gym, walks along the waterside or park, Turkish barber hair and facial. Okay. I don't know what a Turkish barber hair is. Let me check that out. We've got Hadeline Stevenson Swan says, spending time with my parents, traveling, and the best is spending time with God. All right, there you go. Miss Alan Kate Horton says, stay active. I swim and walk every weekday, and walk on Saturdays. She says she swims and walks every week. Nikita, I was on Nikita's show yesterday, Magical 102.7, and off here she says, you should come swimming with me one day in the morning. And I said, okay, Miss Horton. Miss Horton, be swimming every day. My goodness, what healthy beings they are. We've got Polly Ritz says, absolutely nothing. Turn off electronics, lay in bed, and read something. Absolutely. And sometimes that's all it takes. That's all it takes. 99 Island Girl says, I'm always excited to see a man getting a pedicure at a spa. All right. Men do get pedicures at spas, folks. They do. Sherilyn Johnson says, walk, read, spa, and a trip, but mostly try something new. Yeah, I'm going to try something new next week. I'm going to try this beach yoga thing at sunrise. I'll tell you how it goes. Tell you how it goes. If you see me like shaped as a pretzel when I come back on air, you know it didn't quite work out. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with our very special guest for the day. We've got Tsedale Wade, Road Safety Officer, and we're going to be speaking about why road safety starts with each and every one of us. Stick with us. Don't go. Oh, and we've got Christmas in July coming up. We're giving away a $250 Windows grocery voucher today. I don't know about you, but $250 on groceries, yeah, that do me well today. Stick with us.
Guess what? Bermuda's most popular game is back. That's right, Shoe Buy is back in stores. But wait, there's more. The brand new Shoe Buy Summer Edition is here too. Bring the laughs, the vibes, the friendly chaos to your barbecues and summer get-togethers with Bermuda's favorite game. Don't miss your chance to get yours. Visit BermudaTrivia.com and follow Bermuda Trivia on social media to learn more.
One lucky bucks in the summer edition has a golden ticket with the chance to win a grand prize courtesy of One Communications.
Hi there, welcome to Medical House. We're located at number 6 Bakery Lane. I can't wait to show you all of the great stuff that we carry. Come on inside, let's see. Long days, long shifts, you no longer have to endure comfortable underwear. Designed by nurses, we now offer premium undergarments by Swoop that are unique, fun, comfortable, and functional. The only underwear you'll ever want to wear. Who says high-quality functional products can't be stylish and comfortable at the same time?
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
Discover Drop It, your go-to grocery delivery. Browse and select from a wide range of groceries, from fresh produce to daily essentials. Our friendly drivers deliver fresh groceries to your door fast, saving you time and hassle. With Drop It, you get fresh groceries delivered fast, so you can focus on what really matters. Drop It, freshness at your doorstep, delivered to your door with Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Class of 2026. What's your next chapter? University overseas? Bermuda College? Or your first job? HSBC Bermuda can help you start strong.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Open an HSBC Bermuda bank account and receive a $100 gift card from a local retailer or Amazon.com. And every successful referral receives a $50 reward. Hurry! This limited time offer ends July 31st. Apply online at hsbc.bm/nextchapter, and within 2 business days, an HSBC team member will guide you through the final steps. Terms and conditions apply. HSBC is licensed to conduct banking and investment business by the Bermuda Monetary Authority.
Firstly, this is the 19th year that we're supporting Cup Match. Cup Match is the event for Bermuda. I mean, when you look at all of the events across the calendar year, there is nothing more quintessentially Bermudian than Cup Match. Bermudians are known for our personalities. We are known for our socializing. We are known for our food. We are known for all of those things. And I think that is exactly what HSBC stands for. We've been here as a bank for many, many years. We are part of the Bermuda community. We want to continue to be part of the fabric of that community. The fact that HSBC is being involved in selection night is just extending the experience. It's not just about the 2 days. I think it's the first time we get to hear, who's going to be representing, and there's always some nice surprises that come out. I think we're going to see some nice new colts come through this year, and I'm always excited when I see the young people come up. The longer we can extend the joy of Cup Match, then the better the summer is going to be.
Alrighty, don't forget Cup Match Selection Night is tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Find out who's going to be on your team. Who makes the team? Got some analysis, some comparative analysis between the teams named this year. Those who likely may miss out or will finally get a shot. You don't want to miss it. 8 p.m. tomorrow night, bcgtv.com. Make sure you go on that website and register so that you can watch, tune in live. But anyway, welcome back to the big show. Jamal Hartman here. This is the Daily Hour, brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC, Bermuda Medicals, Linders, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 107.5 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio areas with these most important community conversations. Folks, do not forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right. I've got a very special guest. Let's give a warm TDH welcome. She's the Road Safety Officer at TCD and part of the Road Safety Council. Actually, we're going to continue the conversation we were having this morning, but with more expertise from someone who deals with this on a regular basis. So put your hands together and let's welcome Tsedale Wade. All right. Morning. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Before we jump into the conversation, I got to ask you, though, it's International Self-Care Day. What do you do for self-care?
For myself, it would be go to the gym, the spa, walk. So yeah, that would basically be it. Yeah.
All right. That sounds pretty, common and similar with many others that they've said. Yeah. It's crazy because when I thought of our topic to discuss prior to you coming on, I hadn't even considered the conversation I was going to be having with you. So it is literally coincidence. I actually thought to discuss that because of what I had seen on the road just yesterday, especially with the gentleman overtaken as someone was waiting to turn, which was just crazy dangerous. But that said, it's almost like a continuation, speaking with yourself who deals with road safety for a living. But I want to jump right into it. Just before we get into the questions and the conversation, just give the audience a bit about your background and what it is that you do.
So basically, I am the Road Safety Officer for TCD. I've been in this position since 2000. Prior to that, I was a traffic officer at TCD. I was in that position for 16 years. And then prior to that, I was a police officer for 3 years.
Okay.
So yeah, that basically sums it up.
Wow. Been around, look very young, as they would say. Good genes. Let's start by just speaking about the theme of this year's campaign, Operation Action, Change Your Minds, right? Change behaviors. What inspired that message, and what behavioral changes are you hoping to see from Bermuda's road users? Because again, people kept speaking earlier during our conversation about people and our behaviors.
So basically that message, change in mind, change in behaviors, it reflects a simple truth that road safety starts with everyone. It starts with the choices that we make on our roads. If you look at it, every collision that occurs is influenced by someone's decision, whether it be speeding, taxing while driving, driving under the influence, all this are a choice that someone has made. So that's why we chose that theme, change your mind, change in behaviors. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. Sorry. And so our goal is to encourage everyone to stop before they act. Before you pick up your phone to look at it while you're driving, think, can this cause a collision? What would happen if someone breaks in front of you? So we just want you to stop and think before you do anything. And we just want everyone to make safer choices when they're on the roads.
Yeah, it's crazy you say that because I think I think we're all guilty of doing something we shouldn't be doing on the road, right? And sometimes it's just by chance. And I'll give you an example. There may be a parent who have a baby in the back, the baby's crying, and they're trying to reach back and do something while they're driving, which distracts them. Now,
yes, yeah, which happens. Yeah.
Right, it happens, but in hindsight, while they're doing the instant thing and doing that, the best thing would probably be say, look, pull over in a bus stop or somewhere or a parking lot to do that versus doing that. But that's not our first mind. How do we get that at the front of people's minds to, you know what, find a safe place to take this call or do something rather than doing it while you're driving to be distracted? Like, how do we change that mindset?
I guess just getting the messages out there. Mind you, it has to, in order to, someone has to want to change their mindset. I'm guilty for doing it, driving, being distracted. But since I've been in this post, if I need to take a phone call, I definitely pull over. If I'm doing something that is going to take my mind off the road, I pull over. So, I think it just starts with everyone. So we all have to change our mindset.
That's leadership by example, by the way, right there, which you just explained. The Road Safety Council has launched its Hello Summer campaign as well. As we enter what I would consider, and many would consider outside of Christmas, one of the busiest times of year with events from carnival to cup match to county games to all the concerts and so on. Just speak to us a bit about what this campaign is about.
Okay, so the Hello Summer campaign, it started in June, so just before Carnival. So the theme for that is driving responsibly. So we just want to get the message out there to everyone. Yes, we know Carnival, we know cup matches coming up, we know it's a busy time. Plus during summer, we have a lot of tourists on our roads. So we just want everyone to be responsible. Slow down. If you plan on going out consuming alcohol, make sure you have a plan in place so that you can get home safely. Stay off your phones. Just be responsible when you're out there. That's our main message.
With cup match and county games, for instance, right now, I love cricket, love cup match, grew up at Eastern County. But these are all-day events. It's not like a football game where you're going for a couple hours and you may, again, you're likely not going to spend as much time drinking and partying like you do at cricket, right? So it's a longer day, which means people are going to probably be more influenced and so on. You kind of just gave some advice overall, but what are your top safety reminders for motorists, like motorcyclists, pedestrians, just those traveling to and from events over the summer and holiday period in particular? Because I hate to say this, but we're having a very honest and transparent conversation. We have had a number of fatalities over cup match weekend in the last 10 years. And so it's not like we're just talking about this to scare people.
Yeah. So speeding is one of the top things. We want everyone to slow down. One thing we did, it was our campaign for June. It's fatigue driving, because we know that during these festive events, you're going all day, you're drinking, and also people are going all day and not getting any sleep. So we push that, if you're tired, at least find some other means of transportation. If you can't drive, if you're drinking, make sure you have someone to take you back home safely, whether it be a minibus, a taxi, or call someone that you know. So, just being responsible. Make sure that you have a plan in place so that if you are out there consuming alcohol, you have a safe way to get home.
I love it. Like when we, my cup match camp, we all take a taxi together to the game, and then usually somebody else would take us home. Like that's one thing I can say I appreciate about my circle is like we do that. Look, none of us want to live or have something on our conscience that we've done something that's either taken a life or changed someone's life. And I share that publicly, not as a brag, but to tell people, look, if you want to have fun, sometimes spending the extra $50, $80 could save some havoc, save some lives, save some stress of others. So I'd encourage people to do that. Now, despite years of awareness campaigns, right? And you all, I'm going to be real, you do the work. You do the work. And it's like a teacher, it's like the laws. There's only so much that can be done by those in charge, right? It really does fall on the people. But, we continue to see speeding, distracted driving, impaired driving, and other risky behaviors. Why do you think these habits persist? And what will it take to truly change our culture on our roads?
So I think these habits persist is because people, most people become overconfident. They don't think that it would happen to them. Other people underestimate the risks associated with speeding, driving while intoxicated. And we know that changing minds, changing behaviors is going to take time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but real change has to start with us. Real change has to start with us.
Absolutely.
And we need everyone to take the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
You can't change your behavior unless you take responsibility for your actions. So, yes.
Audience, if you have any questions or comments for Tsedale, you can send them through. I'll get through as many questions and comments as possible. Now, the Road Safety Council has developed a transportation plan aimed at improving road safety across the island. Can you walk us through some of the key priorities and how they'll help reduce collisions and save lives?
So the the transportation plan was introduced back in 2022. Since then, we have sponsored a few transportation plans, but now we're into just encouraging event organizers to incorporate one. So a transportation plan is basically putting into place some type of transportation for your guests to get to and from your events safely. As you see, cup matches coming up, and I don't know if you've seen the ad for the event. I think it's the Epic event. So Bermuda Road Safety Council and the Ministry of Tourism, Transport has sponsored a ferry to and from that event. So that's basically what we're looking at when we want to encourage people to do a transportation plan. So it's just making sure you have some type of plan in place, especially if you plan on consuming alcohol or doing, or even if you're tired.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up fatigue driving or riding. Like that is something that I think gets overlooked in Bermuda. I know it's taken seriously in the United States because people have so much longer to drive, further to drive, but that's something that you really don't hear people speaking about or considering in Bermuda. And it's definitely something we should, because like you said, this is a time of year where people, especially if you're involved in cart match some way, maybe you have a camp, you're spending so much time, going, and you're not getting that rest. So, folks, I'd encourage you to take advantage of public transportation, public vehicles. Try that new rideshare thing that they have. We have options to keep ourselves and our community safe. I'm going to go to the audience real quickly. Sherilyn Pringle says, "Good morning, Tsedale. Good luck with the campaign. There have been so many slogans over the years. Hopefully this one catches on." It's only so much you can do. And this is, I'm not going to ask you this, but I can only imagine how helpless some of you all may feel at times when you still see, like yesterday I mentioned, it was a pretty hectic day on our roads, right? One involving a tourist, a car overturned. And it must feel like, wow, no one's listening to us. No one's taking heed, right? But what lessons come from things like that? Like a day like yesterday, what are the lessons that come for you as a road safety officer for the Road Safety Council? Like, what are some things you say, you know what, this is how we should respond to it?
I guess just getting out there. I mean, the only thing we can do is put out more information, messages. Like you said, I mean, I drive every day and I see people speeding, overtaking carelessly. And the first thing I see is, oh my gosh, we got so much information out there. We're asking everyone to slow down, take your time, but people just still choose to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's really hard. And especially when you have a day where you see 3, 4, 5 accidents in one day, it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
But like I said, it starts with everyone. We all must do our part. The Road Safety Council can't do the lane. The Bermuda Police can't do the lane. So we need everyone to do everyone to do their part in making our roads safer.
Philip Trott says Tsedale does the Lord's work when it comes to road safety.
I do.
We have a couple questions. We do have some questions coming from the audience. We've got Dorian says, once the ferry arrives back in Hamilton, will there be taxis to transport the people home?
I cannot respond to that. I would have to check I'm not sure if they have any further transportation plan in
I think we got the answer. Antonio Roberts says yes, taxis as well as rideshare. I think that's what it's responding to. Yeah, I apologize. I think so. I want to go to another question. Charles H. Jeffs II, he says, currently, I don't believe there's any legislation surrounding electric bikes. Does Ms. Wade believe there should be? If so, what would she suggest?
I can't speak too much on the legislation surrounding electric vehicles, but I can say that there are some works being done in regards to coming up with some legislation and regulations for electric bikes. So yes, hopefully in the near future, we will have some legislation for electric bikes.
Interesting. We've seen that happen in some places in the U.S. where people are operating electric bikes without law. So Bermuda's not alone in facing that at all. So good question there, Charles. Now, look, we're heading into the holiday. If every road user in Bermuda committed to making just one change today, whether behind the wheel, on a bike, or even as a pedestrian, which change would have the greatest impact on making our roads safer for everyone?
Just one? I mean, I could name a few. I mean, for one, if you're gonna, before picking up your phone, consider if this is gonna cause a distraction to you. Before you drink and drive, before you when you consume alcohol, don't pick up the keys. Plan a ride. Make sure you have a transportation plan in place. Make sure you have someone to pick you up. So yeah, it's not just one. It's a lot. It's everything.
Kenton Trott says, good morning to the H family. Tsedale is one of the unsung heroes of the BRSC Road Safety Council. The faces change over the years, but she is the backbone. Thank you so much, Ms. Wade. Well, we've got Sherilyn Pringle says 3 words. I think it's 4 though. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? That's what she would say. I gotta ask you this before we let you go. I have to ask this at the end of such a serious conversation because I don't want to let it impact, the professionalism of either of us. But Tsedale, do you wear red during this time of year, or do you just stick with blue?
I just stick with blue.
We appreciate you. And I think Charles H. II said, I see a lot of blue. Nice to have you here. One last question from the audience. It's Charles again. I hope the speed cameras have the desired impact. Will there be warning signs to change behavior? Do you know anything about this?
No, I don't. That is beyond my remit. So.
All right. Mr. Van Ingham's asking, can you come back again soon, please? Well, we hope to have them on regularly because this is a topic that's not going anywhere. So we appreciate you very much. I'm wishing you not just a great holiday, but a stress-free one, meaning I hope everyone does their part on the road so that we need less campaigns. Seriously. We don't want to give Tsedale and her team more work, folks. Let's be more responsible. Thank you so much, and we look forward to the next conversation. Talk soon.
Yes, I look forward to. Thank you. Everyone enjoy the holiday.
All righty. Tsedale Wade, folks. I was happy to finally put a face to the name. Like we communicated for a while. Awesome conversation. We've got Troy Glasgow says, well done, Tsedale. Yeah, indeed. Appreciate you very, very much. Folks, we're going to take our final break. Don't forget, we've got a $250 grocery voucher coming up after this break. We've got the daily play coming up after this break. So stick with us. Don't go anywhere. You want to find out what the hashtag is for today. We'll be back in a few.
Children love to play and have fun. And they love gifts even more, especially ones that they can enjoy and learn from. With Bermuda Trivia coloring books, kids can explore the island while they color, learn, and create. The perfect activity for fun and learning together. Available now.
Visit BermudaTrivia.com and follow Bermuda Trivia on your favorite social media platforms to learn more.
Yeah, I don't got this. I'm gonna be fast at delivery on launch.
Oh, okay.
Don't pay me enough for that,
Oh, no, sugar! Okay, who's the faster? Who's the faster than me? Talk to me. No more stress, just sit back.
For over 70 years, Bermuda Pest Control has been protecting homes and businesses island-wide. We offer a full suite of services, including rodent control, termite fumigation, and general insect control and maintenance. Our team of experts will quickly and efficiently eliminate any pest problem you may have. With Bermuda Pest Control, you can enjoy a pest-free home in no time. We're committed to providing fast, reliable, and solution-driven services for our customers. It's what we've been doing since 1952. Call Bermuda Pest Control today and say goodbye to pests for good.
Dreaming of expanding your business? With BDC's Loan Guarantee Program, we support your ambitions. Get up to 75% guarantee on bank or credit union loans up to $300,000. Just your vision and our support. Apply today and unlock new business opportunities. BDC, Bermuda Business starts here.
Bermuda, there's nothing like a home-cooked meal, especially when you can feed the whole family without stretching your wallet. With the affordable Bermuda basket, you'll find savings on everyday staples like rice, chicken, corn, and more. Everything you need to make a good meal for less. Shop the Bermuda basket at Lindo's, Marketplace, the Garden Market, and the English Market. Visit costofliving.gov.bm to see the full list of goods and start planning your meals. This is a message from the Ministry of Home Affairs.
Life moves fast, and so can the unexpected. When you insure your home, you need to know that your insurance company has your back. At Friesenbrook, let one of our friendly and professional agents give you that peace of mind. Because when you are covered, you are confident. Call us at 296-3600 or visit friesenbrook.bm to learn more.
Guess what? Bermuda's most popular game is back. That's right, Shoebuy is back in stores. But wait, there's more. The brand new Shoebuy Summer Edition is here too. Bring the laughs, the vibes, the friendly chaos to your barbecues and summer get-togethers with Bermuda's favorite game. Don't miss your chance to get yours. Visit BermudaTrivia.com and follow Bermuda Trivia on social media to learn more.
One lucky box in the summer edition has a golden ticket with the chance to win a grand prize courtesy of One Communications.
Alrighty, welcome back. Thanks again to Tsedale Wade, Road Safety Officer with the Road Safety Council, folks. Awesome conversation. Greatly appreciate her stopping by and for all of you engaging. Folks, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Big thanks to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC, Bermuda Medical, Linda's, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 1075 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio areas with these most important community conversations, folks. It is time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, are you ready? It is a cop match question this morning. Here we go. It's right here. Here we go. Who has recorded the most catches by a fielder in cop match history? Charlie Marshall has recorded the most catches in cop match history for St. George, not cop match overall. Suzanne, you got it. Well, yeah, you mean Gennaro. Yes, Gennaro Tucker. It is Gennaro. Also, wait, Gennaro. Yeah. But Charlie Marshall, yes, I believe, has the most catches for St. George's. But Gennaro Tucker has recorded the most total in the history of the game. Alrighty, folks. Here we go. Yes, Karen Edward Simmons, Charlie Marshall has the most for St. George, and Arataka has the most overall. Hashtag Lindos, folks. Hashtag Lindos. That's what you need to do to try to win this grocery voucher, $250 grocery voucher. Hashtag Lindos. Hashtag Lindos. Alrighty, let's wrap it up. As far as the discussion this morning, I think we all agree. I think every last one of us agrees that we have work to do. When I say we have work to do, each and every one of us has a role to play on our roads. If we see someone doing something crazy, let them know. Not in a hostile manner or way. Look, let me be honest. None of us are perfect on the roads. We all do something that we probably shouldn't do. Now, even a hands-free call is a slight distraction. I do it. I've done it. But that's why I'm being very transparent, have to be better. We have to do better. Our lives actually depend on it. And while I appreciate the Road Safety Council and Miss Wade and Mr. Roberts and the entire group of people who are doing the work to try to educate and help us and create awareness, they shouldn't have to. They should not have to. So let's do better as a community. For the love of ourselves, our families, and the greater good of Bermuda. All right, let's do the giveaway, folks. Let's see who's it going to be. Let's see if I finally got the drum roll right. Here we go. For a $250 Lindos voucher. Manuela, congratulations to you. Congratulations. $250 grocery voucher to Manuela. Manuela, send an email right now, right away to engage@thedailyhour.com, and you may be able to pick it up today because I am doing a book signing at Brown & Company today. So if you haven't purchased my book, you can come check me out at Brown & Company today from 11 a.m. I'll be there. And if you want a prize, you may be able to pick up your prize from me, but just check. I don't know what prizes I'll have with me, but check by sending that email to engage@thedailyhour.com. To everyone who has purchased my book, thank you all. You are awesome. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. But again, I'll be at Brown & Co. doing a book signing today from 11 a.m. Also, if you haven't already, go to bcgtv.com. Make sure you register, sign up so you can watch Cut Match Selection Night tomorrow night. It is an amazing night for those. We're going to have more giveaways for you tomorrow night. So you want to make sure you are locked in with us. It's just one of the most fun and most engaging nights on Bermuda's calendar. And if you don't believe me, check it out. Trust me, check it out. I think that's all I had to tell you. Book signing. Yep. Selection night. Yep. Got that out of the way. And just be courteous on the roads. Be courteous. I got to give you some daily inspiration. That's what I'm forgetting. Here's your daily inspiration. This is from my book. This is from the book, right? I read this on Nikita Robinson's show yesterday. And she asked me something about my mom. This quote is on page 104. It says, I just hope that the people who gave me the opportunity to be successful live long enough for me to be able to reward them for their sacrifices. That's an affirmation, a quote that I continue to do my best or try my best and so that they can see the fruits of their labor and that they can also enjoy it. And, they say, when you grow up, you look out for the people who looked out for you. And I just hope that I can continue to do a better job of doing it. So thank you all for rocking with us. Definitely appreciate you very much. We'll be back on Monday. Next week, we'll have the coaches with us, both Clay Smith, the coach of the champions elect, and Gennaro Tucker, the coach of the reigning champions. Will both be on at some point next week. But audience, again, don't forget, tomorrow night, Cotnet Selection Night, bcgtv.com. And subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, HSBC Bermuda, Medical House, Linda's, People's Pharmacy, and big love to Hot 1075 for ensuring that we can pump through the radio airwaves with these most important community conversations. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you on Monday. Cotnet Selection Night, brought to you by HSBC, will be live at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, bcgtv.com. I'm Jamel Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great weekend. We are is out.